All right, raza, tenemos el comadre Steffanie Martinez. ¿Cómo estás, comadre?
Hey, muy bien, compadre. ¿Y tú cómo estás?
Oh man, I'm excited, man. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited too. Thank you for having me.
Having you on the show, like I have been waiting because like your first single that came out was amazing.
Thank you.
And just with the Mascara, the paint and all that, I'm like, oh my God. Like I went and asked, who is this? Like, who is this girl? Like, really?
Awesome. Well, you know what? I'm just a San Antonian, I'm born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. Went to school at St. Paul's Catholic School. Then I went to Providence. I went to San Antonio College for a little bit, then university, St. Mary's University. And, I just now coming out with all this, writing my music, getting into the music industry has always been a desire of mine. But I actually put my priorities in starting a family. And so I have, 3 little ones. And now I'm just really getting to myself and what's true to me, And so I just want to follow my dreams, and here I am. And a lot of people ask that too. Where are you from? You're from San Antonio. We haven't heard of you. I'm like, well, I'm just coming out now,
And you're from the Hueso. Like you're around my side of, like, what you're describing is like my side of town, because I'm on the west side right now, so it's like
okay. And then I grew up close to that area. I grew up off of Ingram and Callahan, and so that's where I actually started singing. Is when I was really little at the church at St. Dominic's, which is in that area. And we were parishioners there for many years, and I started in the children's choir. And then before you know it, my parents, they bought a place in Leon Valley, and my grandparents bought a house right next to us. My aunt and uncle lived down the street, and so everybody kind of grew up in the same area, all the family was always so close. Pero aquí sí ando todavía en el mismo área.
That's awesome. So a San Antonio girl finally you have an impact in Honda right now, and just with your 3 singles that came out, they're amazing.
Cool.
Like once I heard them, the first one got me, like just with the cover art, and then the second one, híjole, said like you outdid it. And then once I heard the album, it's like, wow, like just mind blown.
Aw, thank you so much. It's a bit of a diary of my experiences, and my growth. And, that's what comes to me right now in writing music. And I know that there are a lot of people out there. I hope to inspire them. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have gone through some of the same experiences I have. And with going back to the single La Mascara, that was my first song I've ever written. And it was really just so important to me because I wanted to make it a fun, upbeat song, but there's times in my life where I just want to burst out in tears, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to control my emotions, I need to, even if I have to put on a fake little facade and poner la máscara un ratito to just smile, nod, and leave, that's what it means to me. And I wanted to also show La Mascara can be anything you make the song to be, us as women, a lot of times sometimes we're feeling down in the dumps, I mean, it's totally normal for everybody to feel a little down in the dumps. And something that helps us women is when we put on our makeup, and feeling good and saying, you know what, I feel good, and I'm going to fix my hair, and I'm going to go out and feel like a champion, because, that's what we really are. We work so hard in our lives, and sometimes when we're down in those dumps, we have to pick ourselves up, because we just got to keep on moving and grooving, because we have a family, and we got to show the kids, hey, I'm good, I'm strong, we got this, there's no worries, and so that's how that blossomed, and that's how I ended up writing the song La Mascara, and that's how it was birthed, pretty much how it was born.
And it's an awesome song, and that, even when I went and played it for the first time, and it just blew my mind. I'm like, I haven't heard of you, but it's just like the lyrics were on point, the arrangements were all on point, and same thing with your other single as well too. It was good. Like it still is good, and
thank you. And I'm just so thankful that God gave me this gift, is how I like to put it. I started just focusing on the Lord and on prayer at a very dark time in my life. And that's when it really came to me that I needed to do this, that I needed to write my songs and to have them produced. And, even co-producing is so new to me, but I took charge, and told the producer, this is what I want, this is what I'm looking for. And I even wrote some of the instruments, like in La Mascara, I wrote the accordion part. And so that was like, so I feel really accomplished at this point, and I just really give it back to God and thank God for all that, because I can't really take the credit. If it wasn't for God in my life, I wouldn't be where I'm at. And so I hope that he inspires me more, and he has. I've been working on more music, more recording. I've listened to a lot of good advice from successful musicians or even actors. And one thing that I heard Michael Salgado say was, record, record, record. And I was like, you know what great advice to give us young or new artists, right? New artists, record, record, record. And so that's what I just keep on doing. I keep writing, recording, and writing and recording. And so thankfully I'm creating a little vault of songs. And little by little, they'll be coming out, and I'll be performing all my original songs in my shows. That's just what I've been placed in my heart, is just to sing all the songs that I write, or others that write, that are a part of my team. I have a few people that are a part of my team, and they'll write songs for me, and we'll just record them and keep on going.
Now that's some great advice, like especially from Michael too. Like, I know I talked to him a few times and asked him for advice or how to go and treat new artists and how to get some ideas for the station, but that is awesome about the recording and about saving that music. Like, for me, hey, you got probably about 10 albums right now that I don't know of.
I know. And I have all these little songs, we have them placed away, eventually they're all going to come out. And sometimes, like, even with the first album, I had some songs and said, no, I'm going to put that on the side for a minute. I don't want to put that in the first album. That one just doesn't go well with it or whatnot, And so that's how I ended up accumulating just more and more songs, But it's exciting to be a part of this journey, and just really connecting with people, like seeing them dancing to the songs, or even singing my songs when I sing in my little concerts here and there. And that just inspires me more. I see, oh my gosh, they really do love it, because sometimes as an artist, you're like, oh, is it good? But one time that I really thought, oh my gosh, this is a miracle. Like, this is just icing on the cake, which was Dr. Patti Torres said, did you write this song? And I'm like, I did. And she's like, oh my gosh, you're an amazing writer. And just hearing it from her, who's a legend and who has been a huge, I don't want to say idol, but definitely an inspiration to me, is Patti Torres since I was little. So it coming from her, I'm just like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. Like, this is just perfection, hearing it from her. Just loved it.
Yeah, Patsy is so awesome, man. Like, I love talking to her because she gives words of advice as well. Like, just talking to her and just hearing some of the stories and some of the stories from back in the day, and like, just and I always ask too, well, words of advice, because of course we're all like how many artists I talk to in different points of their career, like that's one of the important things to me, is making sure that you give each other advice, that we're helping each other out through advice. And that's what I love about our onda, is that we're able to go in all over the place with it.
I love that. And I love what you're saying, because the way I look at it is, some people look at this sometimes as a competition, but I don't see it that way. My perspective is totally different. It's like everyone has something unique to themselves, their look, the image, their vocals, the kind of songs that they're singing. And if we see it like that we're all so very different, we all need to work together to build up our community of Tejano music. And the more we grow, the more our fans will grow as well, because they're going to see that we're taking charge, we're being leaders, and we're working with each other by collaborating and not seeing each other as competition, and if we just completely embrace working together and getting advice from our elders, like the two artists I mentioned, Michael Salgado, Dr. Patsy Torres, or anyone else, getting some good words of encouragement to continue to build and grow. It just would really be such an air, like fresh air to everyone, to see something different than what we normally do see, which is, like I said, the opposite is, it's competition, and something negative. We need to shed positive light, and respect each other.
Yes, and of course, like the way our industry is sometimes, of course there's competition, and of course we try and help each other out, pero unos personas no quieren. They don't want the help, or they'll try and block, and it's like, why, if I'm trying to help you out? Like with ours, like with this station, we try and help out every single artist. And we try and make sure that they are able to go and cross boundaries, because we're hitting so many different countries right now. And like thanks to like Grupo Frontera, we're able to go and cross into other markets right now.
Thank God. That's amazing.
And just seeing, okay, well, Sabes que your music's playing in Mexico right now, and your music is also playing in Canada, in Europe, in Australia right now.
Oh my gosh.
So this is all, like this interview, we go all over the place right now. And plus, of course, this is a podcast recording, so
wow.
So iHeartRadio también, we are going all over the place. We are making sure that people are hearing you all over. Like this is not just for me. I get enjoyment just playing the music. And with you, and what you told me that we're gonna do tonight, oh my God, Raza, you're in for a treat tonight.
That's right.
And of course, like you can go, that's for sure. Because honestly, go pick up her album La Vida, because La Vida, oh my God, the album is awesome. One of my other favorite tracks off of the album is Bésame y Abrázame. Like that's one of my other ones too, because I put that in the promotion on TikTok and on Facebook all over the place, porque just those first few notes, it's like, híjole, quiero bailar, porque...
No, sí, esa canción está bien chido, a mí me encanta.
Like, se pega.
Se pega, es bien pegajosa. Y mi novio, Steffanie Martinez, esa canción la escribió él. Y entonces era la primera canción que él ha hecho. I told him, hey, I encourage you to just go with me to, the producer and do it. Like, just tell me how you want it to be sung, and we got to get this song on the first album. And I'm so happy that I encouraged him to do it, because, there's nothing like hearing your song after it's done. Your vision has come alive. and it just takes that one time to go in and you get hooked. After that, you're hooked as an artist, as a writer, to just want to do another one and another one and another one and another one, and pues a mí me encanta. So, shout out to my honey, Jeff Martinez, for writing that beautiful song, Bésame, Abrázame. That's a good one to dance to.
Yeah, honestly, those first few notes, and you said Eddie is the one who produced it también, so híjole.
Yes, and also Eddie also produced Sabes, and that one's a great one. That one's a good conjunto. And the one that also joined us on Bésame Abrázame is Alex Espinosa. He goes by Ace One, and he's the one that helped us produce the Bésame Abrázame también.
Híjole.
Yeah. Bien pegajosas, right?
Yeah, the whole album's hot. Honestly, that's go to iTunes, go to Spotify, stream this album porque it's worth it.
Yes, please. Yes, please. And at some point, I'm going to put all the songs on my personal website, which is www.steffanimartinez.com. And I spell Steffanie, Steffanie, Martinez, martinez.com. Ahorita, if you click donde dice música, haz un clic, vas a ver todo el álbum gratis. Lo pueden escuchar ahí gratis. También voy a poner toda la música where you can go there and download it from my website. I got some advice from Pati Torres telling me that as artists, when we have our fans go to our website, directly to our website and download from there, as artists, we make a little extra money than going to the other streaming platforms. However, no matter how much y'all listen and play on all the streaming platforms, it just gives us more and more votes. Every time you hear it, it's like a little vote. And that just tells everyone how much you really like the music. So I do encourage y'all to go everywhere on all the digital platforms to find the music. Or I encourage you to go to my website and you can listen to some of the tunes there for free and see if you like it or love it. And you can purchase your album soon. I'm also going to be selling the tangible CDs in the next couple of weeks, and I will be selling that on the website, and I can mail those to you in the mail with a little thank you note and a little present to say thank you as well. I'm considering putting little bracelets in those packages, and so those I'm going to sell for about $10.99, and so look for that on the website. It'll be there soon.
And her website's awesome too. Go do all that porque it's so worth it. And plus, artists getting their money directly because, of course, streaming platforms and all that, they do pay less than most other people. Pero if they do pay you directly, of course, you get more money in your pocket, which is awesome.
Yes, and I think for me right now, my focus too, I'm telling our listeners, as long as you go and listen, it's so important. But I think my focus too is really the performances, getting out there and performing, if listeners that you want me to come to your hometown or wherever you're at, shout out to, my friend here, El Mero Mero. DJ El Mero Mero, or to my promoter, Roy Arriaga, también, Laura Sainz, get in touch with them and we'll come and have a great show for y'all.
Yeah, también a big shout out para Roy and a big shout out también para el birthday girl, Laura Sainz. Híjole.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Laura Sainz, man, putting in a lot of work and all that for all of her artists. And también para Roy, también, Roy. También. A big shout out para Roy and putting on some events here in San Antonio también.
Yes, he's gonna have me go to the VFW on the 22nd of this month and on the 29th here in San Antonio. I'll be doing a performance on those days. I'm gonna look up the information for that. and give you the address. But we will be there at the VFW on the 22nd and the 29th of July to have a performance. Hope y'all can make it.
And that's at the VFW Boulevard, I believe.
Yes, VFW Boulevard. That's right.
Yeah.
I think 670. No, I don't remember the address exactly, but it is VFW Boulevard. That's the street.
And of course, we'll put that on the Tejano Spotlight fan page as well. That's like all these events. We want to go out, go support, go and buy the album, buy the merch when you go out, because that's one of the important things that we want to make sure that like we're helping her out. We want to go buy the merch, go and make sure that we go to these events, because I've seen the lineup and it's you and two other artists. Híjole, se va a calentar. And plus, it's right down the road from me, so hopefully I can make it. Porque cada vez, like, because I interviewed you and I interviewed Lorena también, and it's just like, wow, like Roy picked out some awesome artists.
Yes, he really has some awesome artists, and we've been very blessed to go over there and do some shows. Also, Christy Lux came into town, and I was able to open up for her there at the VFW. It was very exciting, and she's really kind, really kind.
Yeah, I still have to interview her. I keep on forgetting to message Nicole, pero yeah, like Christy Lux with the hip hop background and the reggaeton background. Just doing that, and then like of course showing her love to Tejano music as well, which is a big help también para la onda.
Sí, todos los artistas, right? We really need to embrace all the different artists and what they have to bring to the table, and I also, for you listeners, if there's any dream that you thought of being an artist or even writing songs, I encourage you 100% to follow your dreams and go for it, because we need that in our community of Tejano music. We want our genre to stay alive and thrive, So you listeners out there, if you ever thought of that as an idea to do, I think you should do it. If God's put that in your heart, God knows what he's doing. It's coming from the Lord. So dale.
Yeah. Like with me, that's the one thing that I love is brand new artists, brand new talent, just making an impact. And of course, once you made an impact también with La Mascara, and then of course your holiday song, you did an awesome job with that as well. And now with this latest single, porque I forget. Like
Sabes.
Yeah, Sabes. Híjole.
We're gonna do Sabes for y'all tonight on the radio.
Yeah, we're gonna go debut it tonight on Tejano Spotlight Radio.
Yes, and a shout out again to Eddie Perez for producing this song. It's a beautiful conjunto. One of my favorites in the entire album. It's so hard to say, which one's my favorite, but I really have to say this one is one of them. And Eddie Perez was the producer on this one, and also the music engineer, John. Gosh, I can't remember his last name right now, but he has his studio called Exit 48 Studio out there in New Braunfels, and we had a good time writing this one and putting it all together.
And también another question: any words of advice do you have for other up and coming artists? Because we got a lot of the other younger listeners también that go and listen into the program. So, any words of advice for them?
I would say words of advice for y'all listeners, y'all up and coming artists. I think it's stay true to yourself. Don't change for anyone. Also, just be kind, to others around you. Know that God's time is perfect time. And like I said earlier in the beginning of the program, hey, everybody's got a different perspective. My perspective is This is not a competition. This is musicians that can come together to really help our listeners when they need words of encouragement. If it's during a breakup, if it's during anything, the words that we sing. So I also encourage them to look within themselves and try to write their own songs. Try to write your own. I'm sure you can do it. I didn't think I could. And then I just practiced, and before you know it, everything started flowing. So keep on going, ánimo, y dale shine.
Yeah, that's some awesome words of advice.
Thank you.
And of course, like once we get your album on the website as well, we're gonna go and post it. Like all this stuff you can find out Tejano Spotlight Radio. También they can follow you on social media as well.
Mm-hmm. On social media, what I would say is go to my website first, the SteffanieMartinez.com. And on the home page, you'll scroll down and you'll be able to click on my TikTok. It'll take you right to TikTok. And then you can also click onto my Instagram. It'll take you right to my Instagram. Those are the two social medias that I'm using the most. Also on YouTube. So once you click on my website, music, you go to SteffanieMartinez.com, click on music. That's going to send you to my YouTube music. And so those are the three that you can really find me on, is YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Okay? And you can find it all there on my website. Again, www.Steffaniemartinez.com.
Awesome. And make sure you follow her, because like her social media is fun. Like the TikTok, híjole. And of course, TikTok too, you can follow me as well. You can follow Tejano Spotlight Radio. Of course, we have all your connections on Tejano Spotlight Radio. También follow us on iHeartRadio as well as Amazon Music and Amazon Podcasts. So we're all over the place. And of course, we're gonna debut this awesome song tonight. I'm excited for Sabes.
I'm excited. I know y'all are gonna love it. I know it.
Like once I heard it for the first time, I was already zapateando porque está. Like the whole album's awesome. Like Sabes does have me, pero like that Bésame, Abrázame también has me too. That's one of my favorites. La Vida is one of my favorites también, porque the whole album is awesome. And
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I just love the whole journey that you take us on during the song selection as well through the whole album. And that's one of the things that a lot of people don't notice is like, okay, every single song that you pick out is the story for the whole album. And and I see very few artists do that. Like Liz Garcia has her album stories through her albums, and it's like, oh shoot, like this is a journey that you're taking us on with every single album, every single song. And honestly, like Steffanie, you're doing an awesome job. Like I hope I can get another interview on the next album or the next single, porque we're gonna have fun no matter what. Like we live close by, probably un café, unos tacos or algo.
Cuando quieras, vamos a la barbacoa cuando quieras.
Yeah, because
unas carnitas asadas.
Yeah, porque we have all these other artistas también that is like family to me. We always stay close. We're texting. We're trying to make sure that everything's up to date. Whatever they need help on my end, I try and do. Or whatever connections I try and do as well. Porque that's
awesome.
Like that's the main thing about the Tejano Spotlight Radio. We want to make sure that you guys go to that next part of your journey. We want to make sure that you guys get seen, get known, and have those hits that you're supposed to have as well.
Thank you. That's what I really need right now. So we're definitely going to have you come over for a carne asada here at the house very soon so we can definitely explore that, because that's something that I really do need. And so do other artists as well, because, you know, I'm good at, obviously I'm good at this, but there's other things, there's other things I'm not good at, you know, and that's when we come in together as a team to work together, you know?
Yeah, and that's the main thing. Like with the radio station, we help you out with the promotion and some of the stuff that we're able to do. I try not to show favoritism. I love everyone. I want to make sure that they succeed. That's my goal. My goal is to make sure that like someone gets nominated for a Latin Grammy. Like that's my goals. Like those are my goals. Is like, okay, hey, ¿sabes qué? Esta persona, go and play this song porque sí se va a pegar. Or like, you know what? This song has momentum. ¿Sabes qué? We're going to push that song more. And
yes, that's so awesome.
And of course, this song is now on rotation on Tejano Spotlight Radio. And of course, Steffanie, would you like to introduce it?
I would. I'd love for y'all to listen and enjoy this beautiful conjunto called Sabes. This is written by both Jeffrey Martinez and myself, Steffanie Martinez. Enjoy it.
Sabes que te adoro, sabes que nunca voy a separarme de ti, mi vida.